Hi folks, this is Ray
And this is Ruby
from R&R Digital Lifestyle. Today we are celebrating our 6 months of living in the motorhome. Well, actually it was September the 12th we moved into the motorhome, which made it March 12th was our 6-month anniversary. Today's March 14th, so a couple of days ago we celebrated our 6-month anniversary. And I guess we just want to bring you some highlights of our journey from the time that we sold our home on September 12th and moved into the motorhome, and some of the things that we've been doing in the meantime. So we will first bring you a little clip of us packing up the motorhome and leaving our driveway in St. John, New Brunswick.
Okay, the first slide is in. Isn't it tuning?
Are we fun?
Having fun, dear.
First adventure.
First adventure. Our first stay at the park.
First stay at the park adventure. You can see out of that mirror, I can see out of that mirror, my headlights are on. You checked all the lights.
We checked all the lights. Okay, first time we moved the motorhome. Other than when we brought it home.
Okay folks, that was us leaving our driveway September 12th, heading for Rockwood Park. Rockwood Park is a municipal park in St. John. I think it holds the distinction of being the largest municipal park in Canada. And we were on our way there on September 12th to find out that they close on September 30th. So in fact we were only there for 2.5 weeks, and then we moved on. But in our next clip you'll see where we went. We also couldn't start traveling until October 28th, 27th, because Ruby was still working. So it put a bit of stress on us to know where we were going to live after September 30th. But anyway, it's all fun and games, and it's all part of the journey, part of the experience. So you can see that the learning curve was fairly steep for us. Just putting the slides in and getting the camper set up and doing all that took a while. And you'll also see that as we're checking into Rockwood Park, my navigator was having some trouble distinguishing left from right. But if you listen close, you'll see how that all worked out.
That's right down here. Okay, keep going.
Keep going.
You're going to go right of this island. On this side here.
Okay, that's left there.
Oh, sorry, left of the island.
Okay, folks, that was us arriving at Rockwood Park, and we spent 2.5 weeks there, and we ended up, it's a really nice park, and I know that the campground looks a little barren, and there's parts of it that are in the trees that you can't see by the video that we took, but we're basically just in the general parking lot. And you got to remember that they were trying, it was the last 2.5 weeks, everybody had pretty well vacated the park, so it was just a matter of putting us in the middle of the parking lot and to give us somewhere to park. And all we really wanted was the hookups. You know, we wanted the power and the water and the sewer. So we got all that. It did a great job for 2.5 weeks. We just wish it had been longer, because now we have to find somewhere else to go for the next month. And my brother, I think because of all my whining of having nowhere to go and threatening to come to his house and park in his driveway, he cordially let us go to his berry farm. Him and his wife own a Hascap berry and blueberry farm, and it's in Barnesville on old homestead property that he still owns, and he has developed a berry farm. It's called
Weatherby's Peak Orchard Berry
Orchard.
Farm.
Yeah.
Oh, Berry Orchard.
Yes, Weatherby's Peak Berry Orchard. You can find it at weatherby'speak.com, and we will. They also on that website have a Facebook link. Feel free to check it out. But very nice little place, and at his little processing plant he has a sewer line and a water line and a 30 amp power connection, so he allowed us to go there. So it's out in the country, it's in Barnesville, it's about 30 kilometers from St. John City Center, and so you'll see us leaving Rockwood Park in this next clip and heading out to the berry orchard and setting up there.
And the plans were to be there until I retired and we were ready to hit the road. But about halfway through our stay, no internet, no cell phone service. We found out Ray's an internet junkie, couldn't take it anymore. So we cut our visit at the berry orchard short a little bit. The next day is even more hilarious.
But yeah, we and it was, you got to remember, this is our last month in St. John before we start traveling. We still had a lot of things to get done, which required internet service. You know, we had bank accounts to move around and change, and addresses to change and do all that, and it just couldn't be done with having no internet and no cell phone. And I was getting up, driving Ruby to work in the morning, and then going back to the country, which I couldn't do anything. And so I'd end up staying in St. John where I had internet service. So I was hanging around the coffee shops and the whatever, and it became very boring. And I was, you know, all my friends were tired of me dropping into their workplace. It was, yeah, it was hard on them too, and they were almost to the point where would you guys just go? Would you just get on the road and go? Because you guys are driving us nuts. So, yeah, you'll see us here checking into the berry orchard, and then you'll, in the next clip, you'll see what happened after that. Okay, folks, that was our stay in Barnesville at my brother's berry orchard. And so after that, it was the 17th of October. The weather had been terrible while we stayed in Barnesville, and along with the fact that there was no internet, cell phone, or anything to do. So we were in town every day anyway, so I talked with the local Home Depot, and they agreed that we could stay in their parking lot for the remainder of October until we were leaving, which was on the 27th of October. So the next clip is going to show us pulling into Home Depot, and also showing us leaving Home Depot and heading to the USA, where you can see us arriving at the border.
And we left just in time because that was Saturday, and after we crossed the border we started getting some snow, which was the one thing that in all of this planning we wanted to get away from, is not to have any snow over the winter. So we made that just in time. We got a little bit of snow that first day, and then we haven't seen another snowflake since then.
And we hope
not to see another one.
Not to see another one, just in books and on TV. Okay, on to the next clip.
We're back.
Okay, folks, that is sort of the part one of our first 6 months in living in the motorhome. We never intended for the video to get this long, nor do we want to drag you through every day of the 6 months that we have been living in the motorhome. But it's really hard when you start telling the story not to include what it took to get those first 2 months, from the time we sold our house, moved into the motorhome, till we actually get on the road traveling. That we wanted to kind of include that because it's just part of the story, and we didn't have very good video because back then that wasn't what we were trying to do. We didn't have time, and nor the equipment or what have you. Which also brings me to another point, that this video, or these little parts of Ruby and I sitting here, is shot on our new Canon D80 camera, plus we have a new rod and microphone to record audio with. So hopefully the video and audio will get better as we learn how it all works.
We did do more than parking lots and driving, though it's such a blur from back then because I was still working every day. There was just so much going on. Photography and footage was really the last thing on my mind during that time period. We just wanted to get on the road. Every day was just one more thing to get done to get on the road. and get out of the snow, which we didn't do. We actually, as you saw, had a day of snow, which we're not missing at all.
So we'll sign off here. As always, thank you for taking time watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you do subscribe, you'll see a little bell, which if you ring that bell will notify you when another video is uploaded. And after this sign off, we're going to upload a few of our bloopers. And we also encourage you to watch out for part 2 of our first 6 months in the motorhome.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
So 3 trips, 3... We also had 3... My friend is coming out. We also had 3 trips to the store.
And it's also our last day at Rockwood Park here in St. John, our hometown. You can talk now.
Friends and family have been out